All right, welcome to another Player Spotlight interview presented by the Carolina Law Group, who, of course, serves justice with integrity. Get your free consultation today by going to the website you see below. That's www.thecarolinalawgroup.com. Please get your free consultation as they were awarded as the upstate best law firm in the upstate. So definitely check them out. And also, you can comment into the chat room, which is brought to you by Hagler's Transport Services. Today we have a very special guest that I would like to introduce to the upstate. We have the head coach of the Palmetto Colts, Dennis Holt. Coach, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And I'm looking forward to this because this is new to me and this is new to a lot of people in the upstate. So we're definitely going to get the word out about the Palmetto Colts. So, Coach, just to start everything off, tell us about Coach Holt, like as the person without the coaching hat. Like, what are some things people may not know about you?
Hey, first, I'd like to give an honor to God, who's the head of my life, and the coach without the hat is kind of reserved, family man, 4 kids, a dog, beautiful wife. Um, Been here in Anderson, coaching youth leagues, training youth athletes for better part of 14, 15 years. So it's been a long journey to put this Palmetto Coat dream to fruition, so to speak. But I can just say it's been a blessing.
Absolutely. So, what exactly, what got you into coaching? Anyone like motivated you or inspired you to become a head coach?
Well, I hate to kind of bring a dampered spot, but a mentor of mine, Trail Hayward, who gave me my first coaching opportunity in semi pro and then transitioned it into arena, just passed away this week unexpectedly. Um, so I just want to give prayers to his family and the numerous amount of players who he touched. And the biggest thing that you get into coaching for is just mentoring and helping guys navigate this thing called life. We know it can be challenging, and some people have different obstacles than others, and you just try to navigate them through it and be a support, a ear, a big brother, a father mentor. The coaching hat has many avenues attached to it, and it's not just a coach. You generally have to care, one, about the game. You have to love and care about the game, and then two, you have to care and love people, and that's why you get involved in it.
Absolutely. And it look as if we have one of your players chiming in. Bishop Brandon Wallace says, Coach. And I've talked to a lot of coaches about this from the pro level all the way down to Pop Warner, and they always mention the mentor aspect. Like, what is that feeling like knowing that you're making an impact on someone's life?
Oh, it's tremendous. It is a tremendous feeling when you get to see guys continue their dreams. You know, some guys after high school just really think that there's nothing else. That I'm gonna go and pick up this 9 to 5, and that's all we'll have. And my dreams of reaching those next levels may never happen. They're not necessarily college material. They don't get the college offers that they expect, and this just gives them another avenue to be able to continue playing. And the mentor portion of it, you know, it is what we get into it for. We love just being around the guys. We love the game and the competitive aspect of it, and just try to move your different aspects of life forward, so you don't get trapped in that cycle of thinking that this is all I have to look forward to. No, we're gonna we're gonna hook you up. We're gonna get you on the straight and the narrow, and show you that there's a positive outlook and a positive dream to what you're trying to achieve.
Absolutely. Now, another thing I always hear when it comes to coaching is leader of men, especially when it comes to any type of professional team. What do you believe makes a good head coach?
Compassion and being a good listener. You there's been a stigma placed upon head coaches that we're more like dictators, that it's always our way or the highway. And when you get into a situation where you have a veteran guy come to you, he knows the game inside and out, he has a different look because he's still in the fire. You know, I like to always say it, if you have the right players who buy into your program and buy into what you're doing, they go all in, you pretty much your job standing on the sideline becomes easy because you have in our particular game 8 coaches on the field. And when you put those right guys in right positions, they make your job pretty easy. You just, you're not sandlotting it, you're not drawing plays in the dirt. They take it serious. They do their homework. They put in the prep in the off season. So it just it makes it easy to lead guys that want to be led.
Absolutely. And look as if you have a couple more players chiming in. You got Cody uh, Heine. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Mark Marley and Daquan Kendricks, all showing the coach love. Uh, so I know coaching comes with a lot of preparation, like during the week before the game. Can you tell us what a typical week is like leading up to game day?
Well, I'll share one thing with you. You have to understand that within this game called Arena, a lot of these guys hold down full time jobs, as does myself. So you're 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 talking long hours leading up to a game, and most of your prep work goes in during training camp, which we're currently in, and you just try to navigate it and do the best that you can. Guys work different hours, different shifts, and it's just trying to get everybody on one call at one time or at a particular practice or a meeting. It can be difficult, but these guys are constant professionals, and they truly believe in what we're doing here in Anderson with this Coke Nation growing. Um, it just feels right. These guys buy in, and they put in the work on their own. They have questions, and we just try to navigate through the best way we can.
Absolutely. And let's go ahead and let's talk about the league. Like, what all consists of the Federated Arena League, and how long it's been around, how many teams, and how many games you guys usually play within a season.
Well, within a honor, it's actually our first year,
Oh,
so we're putting together a full season under a new roof, and we're kind of figuring things out together. We have 2 solid teams within it. We know each other very well. The biggest problem with most leagues, and I've seen this firsthand, is they try to grow too fast.
mm,
So, like I said, we have 2 teams this season, and we're playing some crossover games with some other leagues. And basically, we're playing a 6 game season stretched out over 10 weeks.
oh, that's wow. That's different. But I'm kind of excited about this because I don't know if there's ever, at least I didn't know, of an arena league football team being here in upstate. So that's definitely something different for us and for fans that may not get to go to a Clemson game down there in Anderson can come see the Palmetto Colts. So I'm highly looking forward to that. We're gonna push this. We're gonna pack the house out, Coach.
Well,
Uh,
we appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. And I know, especially with the arena league, man, a word that I always hear pop up is fun. Um, for fans that's probably never seen the game, can you describe what they're missing out or what they're going to get coming to a game?
Well, when you say fun, if you like fast, fast is fun. And that's one of the biggest things that this game offers you and has gravitated athletes from the pro level all the way, from, like I said, guys freshly graduating high school. They get into it because it's man to man, because it's 8 on 8. It's a smaller field, end zone to end zone and sideline to sideline, but it's fast. And I guess from a offensive standpoint, having that wide receiver in motion, kind of like the Canadian League, it's a blend with that. And then from a defensive standpoint, just knowing that you can't be double teamed is always one of the biggest things that I hear guys say. What? I ain't got to worry about being double teamed. It's just, yes, you're going to win some battles and you're going to lose some battles. It's just as the coach standpoint, we like to win more battles on both sides of the ball than we lose. But I really think it's something that parents can bring their kids to, and they can sit and enjoy the hard hitting nature and just have fun with it.
Yeah. Now, with that, of course, you have the NFL and other leagues where player safety is becoming a real big priority. You have a lot of parents that maybe not want to get their children involved with football because of the health and safety reasons. What are some of the safety precautions that your league is taking to protect the players?
Well, the league institutes a mandatory heads up tackling program. So you know as well as I do that it starts at the youth level,
Right.
and the more that kids transition into getting taught the proper way to tackle without leading with your head and using your shoulders and stepping properly and being taught those things versus put your hat in there and make a bone crushing tackle. Well, tackling properly makes very big hits also. And that's one thing we strive from day one when we put pads on is just slowing the tackling nature down and making sure these guys is actually putting their heads on the outside of these tackles and and being able to really just learn it from our standpoint and our view. And if we need to set up special dates where we do bag work and really hone that stuff in, because like I said, this game is so fast paced that it takes a blink of an eye and you're on the wrong side of it. Well, the wrong side of it in this can really be quite frightening
Absolutely.
because you do have that wall aspect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If those that have maybe not watched Arena League football, you definitely got to check it out. But you are exactly right, Coach. Fast. That's the best word to describe Arena League football.
So you
Um,
won't be looking at a 7-3 score in this.
oh no, it's gonna be high scoring. No safety over the top, mano a mano. I love it.
Yeah.
Um, I would say in getting into those differences, like what are some of the main differences between Arena League football compared to, let's say, the game we watch on Sundays?
Well, you basically scheming more towards the individual and knowing or hoping that your talent is better than the other team's talent, and just putting guys in positions where they can be successful against those one-on-one matchups. Stunting is stunting. We stunt in our league. You can only blitz one linebacker. You can't blitz any of the safeties or corners. So from from a offensive standpoint, you know where the five guys is going to line up, and it's just a matter of which one is coming from what angle, and those angles are explosive. These guys are big, strong, fast. So if you take a play off, from an offensive standpoint, these guys are on top of your quarterback in a hurry. And from a defensive standpoint, it's the same thing. It's all about how much pressure can you put on the opposing team's quarterback to make him make a bad read and throw the ball into a unforgiving situation.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking about this before the show started. What are some of the challenges your organization faced, throughout the last couple of years of not even being a new team in the upstate, but just being in a upstart league, especially during COVID?
Wow. We can talk extensively about the damage that COVID has done to many leagues across the country, us included. We actually got started in 2019, and our first year and a half, 2 years was all but wiped out because of it. Be, because at the end of the day, it's all about supplying a fun, family oriented game. Well, if you don't have any fans in the stands, how else can you bring that game to them? Yeah, you can live stream them, but at the end of the day, it's all about having those fans in that arena clapping and cheering and giving support to your team that drives most teams. And we played last year, our true inaugural season. We played all our games on the road and have been blessed to get an opportunity this season to have a home arena at T. Ed Garrison, and look forward to packing it out on April 30th, our home opener against the Atlanta Furious.
Hey, you guys heard that. Make sure we come out April 30th. Now, which player do you believe would be a fan favorite and why? And players in the chat room, feel free to chime in on this.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I really don't want to step into that arena that you're talking about because I don't want to. All 30 of my guys that make this team could be fan favorites because they all are professionals. They enjoy the game. They enjoy people. They enjoy playing it the right way. So I'm not going to single out one individual or a group of individuals, but there'll be some local hometown heroes that are very familiar to the community, and I think those will speak for themselves. That people will just gravitate to those players, you know, because they're local guys. They grew up here in Anderson. They played at different high schools here in Anderson, and is those are going to be the ones that are going to get spotlighted the most. Now, the one thing I will tell you is that sometimes that can be a curse within itself because then you start putting extra pressure on yourself
Yeah.
because you got 200 people calling your name and cheering for you.
I know the Mark Marley said the quarterback. That was his answer. Uh, let's see, we got somebody else in here. Uh, Caution Hook said the old guy.
Yeah. Which one?
Oh, he said Mark. So that's a vote for Mark. It,
Hmm.
Chris is my man who covers NASCAR for us. Thank you so much, Chris, for always tuning in. I appreciate your support. What are some things, Coach, that the Palmetto Colts will do in the community of Anderson?
We've done things like book bag give backs, different community outreach, youth football camps. These are all things that we're planning after this season. Like I said, Cody, yeah, come on, Cody. I like him. He's one of my veterans. Um, these are things that COVID has basically wrecked us from being able to do. Feeding
Right.
the homeless. We did that for Thanksgiving this year. We donated turkeys. We've given money for youth toy drives. So we're here. I live here in Anderson. I work in Anderson. So I know the struggles of the community, and I know what it takes to help in the right areas. But trying to navigate through COVID where you have to no contact, and you're really a faceless name.
Right.
Most people, know of me from, like I said, my years spent mentoring and coaching youth in Anderson, and now we're moving up a level, and we're looking at trying to support and help some of our older gentlemen to see the light and navigate the pitfalls of life, and the things that they go through from a different level. So when you're mentoring and dealing with youth, you still have to work through the parent. And if a kid has a great household, which me and you both know how that can work on both avenues, there are no such thing as a lost apple. Well, I tend to believe that the avenues and opportunities for our young men 18 and older are shrinking drastically. And if they're not D1 prospects and D2 prospects and college grade material, then what do they do? So myself and other semi-pro and arena teams, we try to give these guys an avenue to continue their dream, and to put their best effort on tape, and maybe it leads somewhere. But I can honestly say the arena game, from a speed standpoint, probably transitions as close to the NFL as there anything out here.
Absolutely. And last questions. Of this, of course, is for the fans. Can you let the fans know how they can follow the team, purchase tickets, and what to expect this upcoming season from the Colts?
All that information is on our website at palmettocoats.com. You can find your ticket information. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. You name it. If it's social media, we got it covered. And all the ticket information is on our main home website, the palmettocoats.com. And it basically gives you all the prices. You can buy them online. And like I said, we're looking for a great turnout April 30th. You'll start seeing more and more media stuff from us ramp up as we get closer to those dates. We've been blessed to have our first three games at home, which in most situations is unheard of. So that's why when you see our schedule, you have those 2 week blocks that are open dates. Well, you figure our guys just started training camp last weekend. So
Hmm.
from last weekend all the way through April through May 14th, they'll be on a grind. And the best way that us as an organization has been successful in years in the past is knowing when to give our athletes breaks and giving them downtime, coaches included. Because again, we are family people. We have regular jobs and families, and to be able to give those 2 week breaks, play a couple more games, get another break, play another couple of games, it just fits well when your schedule lines up the way we have it this year.
Well, Coach, man, I just wanted to thank you again for taking time out your schedule and coming on with me today. I
Oh, that's
can
no problem.
see why all the players jumped on here. You remind me a lot of Tony Dungy. Very calm demeanor, smart, and care about his people. And I
Appreciate that.
truly appreciate that. I can't wait to come out to a couple of Colts games. We definitely gonna push you guys, try to get as many as people out down there in Anderson as possible. So again, thank you so much for joining me. And guys, again, every single player spotlight, coach spotlight interview is brought to you by the Carolina Law Group. Make sure you go get your free consultation today by visiting www.thecarolinalawgroup.com.
Hey,
Thank you
I'm
so
open to
much.
doing this
Yes,
weekly if you want to.
what's up?
I said I'm open to doing this weekly if you want to.
Hey, hey, that's not a bad idea. We might have to do some game recaps.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Coach. We will follow up on that.
Appreciate you.
No
You have a
problem.
good weekend.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful day.
Yes, sir.